All right, I'm gonna start, but I didn't watch the show, so I'm gonna give it over pretty soon. Parapants watched Mayoiga 3 and 4. I didn't, cause I don't want it. I didn't want to. Here you go, take it.
Yeah, I'm actually doing. We did this one before. We did like an episode of this, but I'm redoing it because. Uh, okay, so Alvin's got this thing where he doesn't like shows that jerk you around. You know, they ask more questions than they answer them,
Well,
and
I just want to say, I'm sorry I'm cutting you off so early, but like a good show, like when you get when you have a talented mind behind it, you get Twin Peaks first season, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. But when you don't, you get lost the whole fucking thing, and that fucking sucks. So it's not that I don't. I like being jerked around if it's fun, but if it's just a jerk around with nothing, then I'm like, no. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, well, okay. So, I watched 3 and 4 episodes, 3 and 4 of Mayoiga, and I have to agree, it's a bit of a jerk around, and it's not necessarily a fun jerk around. Like, I'm sticking with it because I'm hoping the payoff is worth it. But so far, the journey there, it's not even a fun, weird, quirky journey, like what Alvin said with Twin Peaks. And I knew that the kind of jerk around you're getting with Mayoiga, the Alvin wouldn't like it. So that's why I decided to just go on follow the show on my own. But last time Alvin and I watched it together, two of the characters went missing. The pukey girl, the girl that threw up,
Pukey. Oh, she
yeah,
threw. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and the rapper dude, the only brown dude in the
He
whole
was barely
cast.
brown. Yeah.
Well, he was brown enough.
Dude
So
who would like arrive. I'm sorry, arrives in a abandoned town. His first thought is like, man, I gotta get some pussy right now.
yeah, right
Go ahead.
now.
All right, go ahead. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
interrupt.
no, that's fine. So yeah, brown dude kind of like takes pukey girl by the hand. I mean, she doesn't want to go, but he kind of coerces her to go off with him, and they disappear. And so in episode 3, the rest of the gang, they start to look for him. They arrange a party to look for them because no one can find. They find the girl, and she's all beaten up, and her clothes are tattered. And they ask her, they question her, where's the guy? And she tells them that the guy went off somewhere, and I lost sight of him, and that's it. So some people don't believe her. Her story sounds fishy, and for some reason that causes everybody to lose their shit. Two people go missing, and all of a sudden everything starts falling apart. So already, so you have that, the missing guy, uh, and there are two other characters. One of them, I guess his name is Jack or something like that. Judge.
You gotta go. You gotta give his defining characteristic.
He has an eye patch.
There you go. Yeah, you
There's a
call him
character.
Adam Ant before.
Adam, I called him Adam Ant because he had this eye patch, and you probably don't even know who Adam Ant
Hey,
is.
no, they might.
But yeah, so there's a guy there with an eye patch who accuses another fellow of being a copycat by taking his online handle, and he just relentlessly just beats into this guy about copying him for some reason. I don't know. It seemed really forced. Like, why is this guy losing his shit all of a sudden? Um,
Because they all have Asperger's.
I guess that's what it feels like. It feels like these people have some social,
Retardation.
yeah, some social like dysfunction. But the eye patch guy starts going off on this quiet kid. The quiet kid attacks him with a hoe or a scythe or something. I don't know. And so they tie up the quiet kid, and one of the girls recognizes the quiet kid as someone she went to school with and who was sent to juvie for violently attacking someone else. So again, people start losing their shit and just doing like the most inane, ridiculous things that normal people wouldn't do in that situation. They tie up this kid and throw him in a prison, and I'm like, why? And like it doesn't make any sense. And later on that night, a few of the characters try to find the rapper guy. They continue on their search because they can't find him that day, so they call off the search to continue the next day. But a few of the characters get up in the middle of the night to look for him, and the main character sees the rapper guy's body floating down the river. Um, but apparently nobody else saw it, and everybody gets into the river to try to look for him, but nobody can find his body. So
They get in the river. They go in the river.
well, yeah, they go into the water and
Oh man.
they
Okay.
try to search for him, and they can't find the dude. So we got a missing character, and uh, people start they hear these animal sounds, but some people say that the sounds sound like something else. It sounds like a person. It sounds like a siren. We don't see what is making this sound. But people are freaked out over that, and they're so sufficiently freaked out that majority of them decide to leave the village. And so you have some people decide to remain in the village, and other people decide to leave the village, and it's just it feels like Lost. It feels like whoever wrote this saw Lost and thought,
I could do that better.
I could do this better. And somehow they really didn't do it that much better. But like I said, it all depends on what the payoff is or what's going on. So there's some theories floating around as to what's going on, because it seems like each person, well, not each person, but it seems like the characters are seeing things. They're seeing things that other people aren't seeing, or they're experiencing things that other people aren't necessarily seeing. Or at the end, a couple of the characters see something in a tunnel and they freak out, but you don't know what it is.
Are you covering both episodes?
Yeah,
Okay.
well, no, this is the fourth episode, the last one
Yeah. Okay.
that was aired. But so the theory is that maybe these people are hallucinating. Maybe this is a ghost town and they're seeing ghosts. Um, and I didn't know what to think of it at first, of what was going on, because like I said, it's just throwing out more questions than giving us answers. Um, and another theory is that maybe these people are all dead. All of this at this point sound plausible. Um, I'm I'm speculating that these people have some sort of severe psychological issues, and the two people that are leading this whole expedition to this village may be psychiatrists, or
Whoa. I thought your theory was that one of the people in this group are actually from the village.
well, like I said, I've been going back and forth on what's being called. Like the thing that makes the most sense to me at this point, and I could be totally wrong, is that all of these people are crazy,
Hmm.
or they've got something severely wrong with them, and this is some form of
Therapy.
therapy uh,
Yeah,
that they're undergoing.
that sounds like a really boring cartoon.
And yeah, and I'm like, I hope it's not that. I hope it's something a little bit more interesting than that. But yeah, so far this is turning into like a very elaborate Twilight Zone kind of.
Oh, don't call it Twilight Zone. Come on now. Give Twilight Zone some credit.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, Twilight Zone didn't take as long to get to the point, but
Yeah, I think there was a time in my life where I would have loved a cartoon that just made it's like, oh, I'll look at all these questions. What does it mean? But I've been, and I use the phrase jerked around a lot, but I've been jerked around so many times by writers with no talent, wasting my time. And I'm like, you know what? No, no. You got to get me in the first couple episodes, or I'm walking away. Is there electricity and gas and running water in this village?
uh, no, I don't think there's any power.
So when they're there at night, they're just there in the dark,
They have flashlights, and
like lanterns and
I
shit.
think they have lanterns. They find some crops. Some people were growing crops. For a place that hasn't been cleaned in about a year. And the homes themselves, inside the homes, I guess no one's cleaned inside the homes for about a year, and yet the crops are maintained.
Ooh, that's another
So
question. I'm just kidding. I don't care.
Yeah, and I don't know. There are a couple of moments where it seems like the direction really wants the viewer to go, "What the fuck?
Mm.
What's going on?" But
If you
yeah.
would be like, if this cartoon was like from the writer that brought you that really cool shit comes Mayoiga, then I'd be like, all right, I know this guy. He knows what he's doing. I'm gonna
Yeah,
stick this out.
if this was Satoshi Kon, if this
Oh
was
boy.
him doing that, then I would be 100% on
If it was
board.
Sakoshi Kon, at least I would be able to know that I wouldn't be able to have any actual ending to look forward to.
No, no, that's not true.
It would all be
Satoshi
just
Kon
like
did not cheat. He did
it's
not
just like,
cheat.
oh, it's the power of imagination. Ooh,
No,
it's
no,
the
no,
power of
no.
film.
Come on, now it's not about imagine. It's not about that kind of wankery. I mean, like,
It is
yes.
exactly wankery. That is the exact word. That's
It
what
was
his
deeply psychological and it was
look.
very clever.
I know that dude's
Rest
like
in
a.
peace.
He's dead. Oh yeah, he died.
Yes.
Fuck.
Rest in
See, or
peace.
did he?
Oh,
Oh,
shut up.
if he died, this was one of his movies, he would die and be at his own funeral and like then talk to the camera.
He did what? There was no fourth wall breaking and
Oh come on, wait,
what are
he
you
did.
talking about?
It might as well have been, is what I'm saying. But he didn't write this. Somebody else did.
Yeah.
So I'll continue to not watch because it continues to sound not interesting to me.
I can't wait to deliver you more reports on how increasingly stupid and implausible this all gets.
Do you have a favorite part of these two episodes? My favorite part is when I didn't watch them.
My favorite part is when you didn't watch them with me, so I could actually enjoy them.
You know what? That kind of talk gets you kicked off the podcast. I run this shit. Just for that, I will. No, I'm not going to watch it. All right, well, look forward to more of this bullshit.